Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. So today I have an unboxing to do. This was kindly sent to me by Lyn and Hans of Desert Plants of Avalon here on YouTube. So I'll leave a link up above and also down below in the video description to their channels, so check them out. I'm sure you've already aware of their channel, but yeah, so thanks very much Lyn and Hans for sending me this wonderful package. So let's get unboxing. Cactus and Succulent Power. There's another message. There's always room for one more or a few more, which she always says as well, which is really funny. So thanks, Lyn. And I can see here, peeking through the box, we have a little card. So that's got a lovely little sticker on there. So we have a Mammillaria centricera, Pereskiopsis, Echinopsis cinnabarina, Echinocactus longihumatus. So it says, to Claire, thank you so much for your wonderful friendship, and all the beautiful plants you sent us are doing really well. That's fantastic. So sorry for taking so long to send your plant box. I hope they all grow well for you. Sending you and Jack lots of love and happiness and heaps of plant power. Lots of love, Lyn and Hans. And then here we've got Lyn's card. Lyn Kimberley, her YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and also her website. Also here we've got Hans Müller, her fiancé, musician and actor. There's his email and phone number. So hello Hans, thank you so much. Ooh, look at all these goodies in here. Wow. This one looks interesting. I can see something red in here. So this first one says it's Epiphyllum seedlings mixed. Seed sown by Lyn in May of 2020. So we have two separate little plants here. Beautiful. Thank you, Lyn. I hope that I can keep these alive. Ooh. Pereskiopsis. I can see the label. Wow, look at those brilliant colours on there. I don't have this one. I've always admired her Pereskias for quite a few years now. Pereskia godseffiana. So this is a cutting. And the spine is actually stuck in my thumb. So this is actually a cactus plant. So these are one of the very, very, very early cactus plants in terms of evolution. So they still actually have leaves, typical leaves that you would recognise of being a leaf. And they do drop their leaves and then they regrow them again in the spring and summer. So there's a close-up of the spines. So this is a nice healthy green stem. It's nice and calloused, which means the end here is dried up and it's perfect now for sticking straight into some substrate. And hopefully it'll grow roots this year. Fantastic. Thanks so much, Lyn. I really hope that this one does stay alive. Wow, a little rhipsalis. So this is a close-up of the stem of Rhipsalis crispata. And you can see how beautiful it looks. So again, these ones are really easy to root. You can just stick them in water and they send out roots very quickly. Now I think I actually have one of these plants already. It doesn't actually set fruit, and I've had it flowering twice now, this year and last year, and it hasn't set fruit on its own. So hopefully one day, if it's still alive and I've got this one as well, still kicking and going strong, one day I might be able to cross-pollinate them. And I'll just quickly show you my mother plant to show you how big that they can get. So this is my rhipsalis. Does need watering actually, so apologies for it looking a bit wrinkled, but you can see how big this one is. And this one has flowered twice for me now. And they have beautiful, starry little white, fairy-like flowers on. And they're very beautiful. And actually, while I'm here, I can show you my Pereskia plant. This one here, I've had for a few years now. And it's actually showing signs that it needs watering again because the leaves have slightly drooped. So these can take a bit more watering than most cactus plants. So believe it or not, this is a cactus. It hasn't flowered for me yet, but let's hope one day it will flower. So that's under my grow light, and it's kept indoors all year round. So you can see from a distance, that's where it is on my shelf in relation to the grow light. So this one here is called Epiphyllum Delicate Jewels. What a beautiful little name. So this one's got a new little growth sprouting off. So there's a close-up of that little tiny new growth coming out of that little knobbly bit there. So those are the areoles where stems and the new flowers will come from. So again, that's Epiphyllum Delicate Jewels. Cylindropuncha salmiana. Beautiful, nice beautiful cutting. They actually have quite spiky little glochids or spines here, so I can feel them grabbing at me like Velcro. So a close-up there of the spines and the fluffier, more microscopic fluff at the base there. That's a nice calloused cutting, ready for putting straight into water or potting substrate. Beautiful. So I think because this is an Cylindropuncha, I'll probably be more likely to put this into some soil. Still another plant in here, or a cutting. Ooh, this is absolutely gorgeous. The contrast between these edges and the green is absolutely beautiful. So I definitely don't have this. So it says here this is a Cissus quadrangularis. Just put a little label here for the root side, because if you didn't know, you'd be quite confused as to which end you need to stick into your soil or your potting mix. I'm going to really look forward to seeing this grow roots and new little stems. And you can also see here, I keep touching it, but it does have that waxy glaucous blue covering on it. So it's probably best if I try not to touch it too much. So there's a close-up there. You can see that waxy blue stuff. Beautiful. Oh, Selenicereus. Wow, Selenicereus grandiflorus. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Lyn, because I'm always admiring your huge specimen. And this one's very spiky. And these have massive blooms or flowers on them. Gorgeous. So there we go. You can see there it's fully calloused. So all of these cuttings so far are ready to just go straight into a substrate. So the Selenicereus is quite a large growing plant. It's more of a scrambler, trailing, and it just trails on and it grows very large. But you can have it as a hanging plant, or if you've got a large space or a table for it to crawl across, or try and train it up some trellis or something like that. But the stems aren't too flexible, so you have to bear that in mind. Let's go and take a look at the specimen that I've got in my collection. Okay, so this one here is my Selenicereus grandiflorus. Now these are 3 pieces that came off of a plant that I ordered in April. So these bits fell off, so I've planted them separately, but they've already started sprouting new growth. So they don't need really strong light to grow under. I mean, these aren't under the most powerful grow light, but they're still growing well. So I think this one that I have is the Cuban form, because I have another Selenicereus which I purchased way before I got this second one, which I'll show you now. So apologies for the light because these are a weaker grow light, but you can see here where it starts and it continues to scramble along the main shelf and it stops about there. But these can put on a lot of growth in one growing season. More than 6 inches in length you can attain over a season in terms of it growing new stems. It just carries on growing new segments. And then I've got another little shoot there. This one here was sold to me as Selenicereus grandiflorus. So there we go, Selenicereus grandiflorus, and it's the Cuba form. So I think it's a smaller variety, not as chunky. So you can see there, it's in quite a small pot, but they actually appreciate their roots to be in small constricted growing places, because it will help this type of cactus to flower. It's still a relatively young plant. It hasn't flowered for me yet, but I believe this plant and the other recent purchase that I made are both the same type, so I think they're both the Cuban form. So slightly different to Lyn's one. So if I hold them here next to each other, you can see even the spacing between these areoles, how big these stems are, how chunky they are. They just seem to be more of a larger form. And the spines are a lot flatter to the body than these ones, which seem to poke out quite a lot. Echinopsis oxygona. So this looks like a little pup off of maybe her mother plant. So it's already got a root, so I can pop this up straight away. Oh, yeah, I'm going to stop right now because that's an apuncher and I'm not going anywhere near that. So I'll be back with my tongs. Right, so I'm back now with my tongs. So anybody that loves their apuncher or cactus will know, steer clear of the apuncher spines. So look at that, that's a beautiful pad there. That's about 4.5 inch long pad, 10 or so centimetres. For those of you that like centimetres or metric. Puncher with a yellow bloom. If we turn the label around, no ID, but a prickly beast. Haha, definitely is. I was not expecting that underneath the tissue. So that's the top of the pad there, and you can see all those fluffy things at the base. That's where you'll find the glockids, the fine microscopic hairs, which will just fall off and fly off with any gentle breeze or touch, and they will just get into your skin, a bit like fiberglass. And you can see them there on every single spine. So those are the nasty ones that will make your skin itch. And then you've got obviously those huge spines there as well. So very ferocious. So this one is Pachyphytum. So I don't have this one. So this one is a succulent. You can see there how long it is. I do have some succulents, but I have cut back on a lot of them. I do grow all of my plants indoors 24/7 all year round under grow lights, and I do utilise some windowsill space, but mainly they're under my grow lights. And I don't tend to do well with the succulents that need high extreme light, and they tend to go scraggly. So looks like it's quite a spindly sort of long growing one, so maybe I might be all right with this one. So this next one's called Crassula marginalis rubra, as in meaning red or purple. So I don't think I've ever had this one before. This one might look like it's more of a dangling one or a trailing one, so I might get away with growing that one. So hopefully it can bush up and trail around. So you can see the new growth comes out quite pale, and as it gets sun-kissed, it turns red. Perhaps as the leaves age, they turn red. Ooh, wasn't expecting that. A euphorbia. I don't have this one, but it's always one that I've been interested in. Euphorbia mammillaris variegata, or variegated. So look at that, that is beautiful. You can see there, again, it's calloused over at the end. So that can go straight into some potting mix to root up. And there's the top of the stem. Oh, this is Lyn's one. The true Christmas cactus, Schlumbergera bucklei. So I don't have this one, and I don't think I've ever had this one before. It's really hard to find in the shops. Even when you're going at Christmas time into your high street stores and they have stacks of Christmas cactus for sale, you never really find this one, because obviously it is the true Christmas cactus. This is the one with the scalloped leaf edges, so it's more of a softer, rounded appearance to the leaves, as opposed to being pointy and scalloped like the other one. So, oh my goodness, 2 little cute cuttings. Thank you so much, Lyn Hans. Oh, another Schlumbergera. Oh my God. This is the one from Lyn's 70-year-old plant. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Schlumbergera truncata. So I'm sure if you're a fan of Lyn's channel, she regularly showcases this plant on her YouTube channel. It's massive specimen. It's just absolutely stunning, and it flowers year on year for her with masses of flowers. Another Epiphyllum. So this one is called Epiphyllum Madeline. I really like the chunky leaf on this one. So again, it's all nice and dried, ready to pot up. So epiphyllums are fine to just stick into some water. They don't tend to rot like other cactus plants. And actually, you don't always have to wait for them to callus, but it's just safer to do so. So they don't mind being wet, so you don't always have to wait for them to callus over. You can just pop them straight up. But if you want to err on the side of caution, then just let your cuttings callus over before putting them into water or substrate. Ooh, what's this? Wow. Peperomia pereskifolia. Definitely don't have this plant. I don't have many sort of house plants, so to speak. So I'm going to have to do some research on this one, see its growth habit and what it likes. So I'll have to find out how to get this one to grow. Can I put this straight into water to root up? This one is called Senecio radicans, string of bananas. So I definitely don't have this one, that's for sure. But I've seen Lyn's plant on her channel. Again, this is a trailing plant, so I should do all right with this one. Ooh, wow, that's a lot of cuttings. What's this? Kalanchoe fedoschenkoi. Wow, I don't have this one. This one looks quite bushy, so I might get away with growing this one. And then you see how it's growing all these long stems and leaves. I might just get away with that under my grow lights. So I can quickly establish a nice looking plant. Beautiful. Oh, another Epiphyllum. Now this one I'm familiar with because Lyn's always talking about this one in her videos. It's got some little spines here at the base of the stem. You can see them here. This one, if you can guess, is Epiphyllum Pegasus. So there you go, you can see those spines there. They're not harmful, they don't hurt. And you can see where it's been kept outside as well. It gets sun-kissed. Oh, gorgeous. Thank you so much. And if you want to know what the flowers look like, just check out Lyn's videos. So lots on her Epiphyllum Pegasus. Beautiful flowers. Thanks so much, Lyn and Hans, for sending me a cutting of your wonderful plant. This one is her Epiphyllum Chichicastanengo. And you can see these markings here. This is nothing to worry about. This causes nothing, no issues to the plant at all. So you don't need to worry about this corking or scabbing. That's all dried and it's fine. Epiphyllum angulaga, or the zigzag cactus. Fantastic. That's a nice cutting. Look at that. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, what is that? Is that aloe? Aloe arborescens. So I don't have very many aloes. So I've never had good luck with aloes. They always turn black on me and just die off. But we will give this one a go. So I will just show you another aloe plant that I've got that I've managed to keep alive so far. Let's go and take a look. So this one here is my Aloe Snowstorm, which was originally gifted to me by Daz of Cacti Mania here on YouTube. And this was an original cutting, or a plantlet, which was gifted to Daz by Cactus Caffeine, which is also a YouTube channel. And fantastic. So this has travelled a long way from the USA to the UK and then to me. So I've managed to keep this one alive, and as you can see, it has flowered for me. And I think I might have put the flowers up on Instagram. So check out my Instagram at Cactus Cove channel. I don't often put things up there, but I think I did document this one when it was in flower. So I've managed to keep this one alive, so I'm so happy. And it's grown so much since I've had it, and I think it actually does need repotting. But yeah, this one's doing really well. So Daz, this one is doing well. So going back to Lyn's gift here, the Aloe arborescens, you can see it's got nice roots. And this one is a completely different type of aloe. So here's just a quick look of all of the cuttings that Lyn and Hans have sent to me. So I want to say a massive thank you to Lyn and Hans of Desert Plants of Avalon for sending me these beautiful cuttings of cactus and succulents, and many of them from their established mature plants that they've had for many years in their collection. So it's a wonderful gesture. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.